right. Well, I'm here with my baby sister, Kiera, who is in
Hi.
Hawaii right now. and
I am.
Ki-
As you can hear the
oh,
chickens.
yeah, those are chickens.
Mhm.
That's funny. And it is 3 o'clock where I am in Alabama. What time is it there? 10 o'clock?
It is 10 o'clock here.
Mm,
Yep.
wow.
10 a.m.
Wow. That's awesome. Well,
Birds still
uh-huh.
chirping.
I like to think they're like our natural alarm clocks. Like
They
they're
are.
nature's
They
alarm clocks,
100%
right?
are. But the funny thing is, it's something that I learned when I moved here is that chickens, they do that throughout the entire day.
Really?
Like it's not just in the morning
I didn't know that.
that they say that. Yeah.
Mm,
It's all day. It's all day, but they start in the
okay.
morning, of course.
So do we get so busy in
Mhm.
our day that we don't even pay it like we kind of tune it out at some point? Or it gets
Pretty
so
much.
loud,
Yeah.
like, people waking up, driving their cars that we don't really hear it anymore? Hmm,
Mhm. It's all day
that's
thing.
interesting. The more you know. Do you get eggs over there? Are those
Yes, there's a chicken
okay,
coop. Actually, I don't know. I could actually
okay.
show, but there's a chicken
Oh,
coop.
okay,
They have a whole
okay,
house that they produce
okay.
eggs. They definitely look. There's one actually running
Mm.
over here. Can you
The
see him?
chicken running? Oh,
Yeah, he was
I don't know if I
running.
could see it, but that's pretty funny.
That's funny.
Well, sis, before we get into like just a conversation, probably mostly about you living in Hawaii, I want to give you some flowers, okay?
Mhm.
Just to let you know how
Yeah,
much I appreciate you and our relationship.
thank you.
First, you are a beautiful person inside and out with good
Thank
energy.
you.
It's always good talking to you. I don't feel drained talking to you. I feel like, yeah, like you understand where I'm coming from, and it's positive, and it's always good. Whenever we have our conversation, you, me, and Kiana, our other sister, you know,
Mhm.
it's like we always have like a free therapy session, when we're talking, right? It's like so
Right.
many things are revealed
Yeah,
to us,
I
and
feel that
I
too.
just think that's a beautiful person, and I think a lot of that is because you and Kiana are both beautiful people inside and out. Another thing is that
Thank you.
you are a smart person, and you've always been like the most studious out of us. I think so. Maybe you would disagree,
Mhm.
but out of like me, Kiana, you, maybe I don't know. I can't really tell with KJ yet, but like
I know, right?
you've always been like the
To be determined.
yeah. You seem to take your work a lot more seriously than I have. I think I've grown to do this, but like I
Yeah.
often remember how studious you were growing up, and I think you might have got that gene from dad because that's how he is.
I think
He
so.
doesn't play about his academics, right? So
For sure.
yeah.
For
So
sure.
I think that's beautiful. Another thing, you are the most adventurous and extroverted in our family. Maybe you got to push back because I was thinking about this
Really?
earlier. I was like, our family is mostly introverted. Like if it's a scale, I think most of us are introverted, but I think you're kind of teetering to the
Mhm.
middle to even extroverted. What would you say?
Yeah, I feel like I was just having a conversation about this like as a child I was very extrovert. Talked too
Mm,
much. My mom would always put me in my place and be like, "Girl, like you talking too
mm.
much. Like you saying too much of our business. You need to
Oh,
pipe
oh
it
yeah,
down."
yeah.
And also I looked up to my big sister,
Mhm.
Kiana,
Uh-huh.
and she was very
Mm,
shy child, very introvert. So like I would mimic, like I'm a Gemini, so I would mimic her
mm.
and I would listen to mom, and like I feel like I contained myself
Ooh,
a lot more to where I became introverted.
wow.
And now that I'm an adult, it's like I'm more like social and more out there. I'm like becoming more of what I was before,
Wow.
So yeah, so that's why I feel like I'm kind of breaking out of the shell that I put myself in
Uh-huh.
as a child.
Wow. See, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Okay, so
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be learning something in this conversation. That makes so
For
much sense. So
sure.
I'm sure that has spoke to why you've desired to get away so much. Because
Yeah, yeah.
if you're like me, sometimes when I'm with people, I kind of get back into the same shell I was before. Does that make sense? Or I'm not as confident.
It
Like
yeah.
my confidence is not as high because I think people continue to see
Mhm.
me as I used to be instead of who I am.
Exactly. And who you've like grown, like, people change and they
Mm,
grow and
that's
like,
right.
yeah, and they're like, "Oh, you're not that quiet girl that used to just sit
Wow.
there and not." say
Wow.
much. And it's like, yeah, now I'm like, okay, you can speak your mind. It's okay.
Yeah. So you are extroverted. You are extroverted.
I am, and
Wow.
I'm like, but I do have a social, like kind of short social
Yes.
battery. Like sometimes I just shut down. I'm just like, okay,
Uh-huh.
now I don't want to talk. I'm gonna go back into my shell
Yeah.
because my social battery is up.
Yeah. Now, think about this. Who do you think is more extroverted, you or KJ, our little brother?
Oh, definitely KJ.
Right? Isn't that
Definitely
crazy?
KJ. Because KJ also like he hasn't gotten to the point where he has shame yet. I mean,
Yeah.
like he gets
Yeah.
embarrassed. Like he definitely does get embarrassed, but like as far as like the shame that they kind of teach you as you
That's
grow
right.
older, he doesn't have that yet.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's why he's definitely
That's a good point.
more um extroverted than
Yeah,
me.
and it's like he doesn't have a social battery that, like, drains. Like, I don't know if he's ever
Exactly.
tired of being
Like
around
we
people.
do not.
No, it's just
He
I
doesn't.
think it's
No,
a cute
no. He can just keep
I think
going.
it's kinda cute because I don't think anyone like, he's different from everybody else in our immediate family. So
Mhm.
I think
He
it's beautiful.
is. And also, he's a Scorpio,
Mm.
so that tells you a lot
Uh-huh.
that he's gonna be a wild
Yep.
card. Like, you think Geminis are like wild cards.
Uh, wow.
Scorpios, whole 'nother level.
Uh,
So,
I'm
yeah,
looking forward to
we're
seeing
gonna
that.
see. We have some fun in store
It's
for
gonna be
him.
funny. Okay, I got a couple more
I know.
flowers, okay, first of all,
Mhm.
you are hardworking and ambitious. I've always seen this.
Mm.
My mom has often complimented you and how eager you are to work and just kind of get things for yourself.
Mhm.
And I think that also goes to my next point that you are an independent thinker. You just don't take people's words for it. And I'm sure you've grown even
Mhm.
more into this. Like you want to be able to make your own thoughts and like I don't know, just be who you are and not who people expect you to be, right? And I think that's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing. And I hate that it took me
Yeah.
to be an adult to realize that you also can sing. How in the heck did I? Maybe that's something you've kind of you a muscle you've kind of grown. But do you remember when you came to
Mhm.
visit me in Memphis and we made songs together?
Yeah.
I still got those songs on my laptop. Okay, yep.
Really? Nice.
But you have a beautiful voice. We have a song together
Thank
on our
you.
one of my first
Yeah.
EPs. You're on the first song, so I just think that's beautiful
Mm.
too. And I hate that because I used to I used to create all the time growing up. We could have made so many songs
I
together if I
know.
knew that you
I
even
know.
desired to sing.
I was so shy.
Yeah.
And I'm still that's something that's very, like I don't know why, I'm just so shy about
Mm.
it. Like, I've been in choir all my
Yeah.
life. I took voice classes in
I didn't know
college,
that.
and, like, I'm still very, like, shy about it. Yeah, like, I took this, voice course, which was really nice, and, like, we had to sing in front of the class, and
Mm.
I was so
Mm.
nervous, and, like, the teacher was just like, "I can hear like, I know that you have the voice, but, like, your nerves,
Mm.
like, alter your singing voice when you get in front of people." And, like, that's really something that I'm still trying to, like, get over. I'm so shy when I sing,
Mm.
so shy,
Mm.
and I hold back so much.
Wow.
But when I'm by myself,
Uh-huh.
I be singing.
I feel that. I even feel I understand that shyness about like using something. Even when people say that you're good at it, it's like, oh, I'm still holding back a little bit.
Mhm.
And I got some ideas. Maybe
Mhm.
we could talk about that off camera about maybe why we both have
Yeah.
those experiences. 'Cause I have
Mhm.
ideas, but I'm grateful that you're aware of that, right? And maybe that's something
Yeah.
you're wanting to address. Um,
It's definitely something I realized about myself
mm,
and like stage fright and like I
yeah.
just remember like I way back in middle school, um I did a talent show with my friends
Mhm.
and like we were singing and dancing and like we were practicing for the longest. And when we got up on that stage, like I wasn't even singing, I was just dancing
Mm,
because I was so
mhm.
scared. Like it's just like, but I was like, practicing for this long just to not even
Uh-huh.
sing when I got up there. Like,
Was
yeah,
this
it's just
in
it's
Hawaii?
a
Okay.
it was in sixth
Yeah.
grade.
I don't think I remember anything about that, but I think I might have remember you getting ready
Yeah.
for that or something.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last praise I have until and then we're gonna get into a little quick game and then we can have a discussion, okay?
Okay.
So the last thing I
Nice.
have is that I was really thinking hard. Maybe we have that maybe your memory is different from mine, but I was like, we haven't had
Hmm.
any drama. Me or you or even
Me and
me,
you.
you or Kiana. Like the three of us, maybe just collectively. I'm not sure how y'all relationship are, but how your relationship is, but I don't really remember
Yeah,
having
yeah, yeah.
drama growing up. Like, is that one sided? Maybe if you're the one that don't remember the drama, you initiated the drama.
I remember like, but like it's just like such just sibling
Mm,
stuff. Like it wasn't to the point where it was like we were fist fighting
yeah.
and getting, something that crazy. But I do remember just like little stuff. Like we would like me and Kiana would sometimes team up against
Oh
you
yeah,
or
I
like
remember
just
that.
like do little stuff to like embarrass you in front of friends.
Yeah.
And like I remember like, just do like little stuff like bad little sisters
Well,
do,
you know what? It
But it
must not have been very common because I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember anything in particular
really
that I'm like, wow, I can't believe my sisters did that. Like, so I'm not sure if it's
I remember this memory. We were living in El Paso,
uh-huh.
Texas. It was the Pink
Uh-huh.
House, and you had some friends over. Y'all were in the
Uh-huh.
garage, like playing. I don't know what y'all were doing, and me and I don't know. Me and Kiana was just like, we went in your room and we got your Build a Bear,
Uh-huh.
and we like was like bringing out the door like, oh hey Malik, why you don't play with me no more? Like just literally like make like trying to embarrass you in front of your friends because
Wow.
clearly you're old enough to where you're not playing with a Build a Bear
Yeah.
anymore.
I don't
I
even
just remember little
remember
stuff.
that.
You don't
I don't even
remember?
remember that. I remember having a
And I
Build-A-Bear.
remember those pranks that you
Oh,
played.
yeah.
I definitely
No, I
remember
do
those.
remember that.
All them pranks.
I do remember a lot of pranks. It was my joy to scare y'all and to
Yeah.
hide in a
Oh, for
closet and you
sure.
pop out. So I remember that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yep. You would scare all of us.
even then, what you're saying is, like, just basic sibling stuff. Like, I'm
Exactly.
really
It wasn't
grateful
nothing
that, like,
too
I
crazy.
have a good relationship with you. I got a good relationship with Kiana. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's people that I know that they don't talk to their siblings. You know what I mean? Like, and
Exactly.
we're not as close as I want us to be, but I think most of that is
Mm-hmm.
our distance. I mean, we're so far apart from each
True.
other, and like
We
we're
are.
always so busy. But we're doing good, especially with our consistent talks that we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
True.
but like I said,
Look at that.
I'm grateful for where we are. And I don't know. I think our closeness is unique, and I think part of that is because we
Mm-hmm.
travel so much, and often
I
we just
know.
had each other. Being
Yeah.
dad being in the military, you know. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure that has affected us not having as much drama. I mean, because
Exactly. And like we just relate on a level that we don't relate with anyone
that's right.
else because no one else has lived the same life as
That's
us.
right.
No one else was raised by the same
Hmm.
parents, and it's like that's like I love how we can connect on that way and like I like we can confide in each
Yeah.
other like cuz we had the same
Yep.
experiences.
And we get it. We
Mhm.
get it when some people are being annoying or saying something.
Mhm.
But hey,
Yeah.
man, what a joy. Okay, so let me get into this game, and then we're gonna
Okay,
talk
okay.
about your experiences in Hawaii. Okay, so this game, let me try
Okay.
to share my screen. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if I've shared my screen recording. Let's see. Okay,
Hmm.
so this game is gonna be called Describe That Photo. Okay.
I can't
Okay,
see
I didn't share it
anything.
yet. I'm about to share it.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay.
let me know if you can see
Oh,
it. Okay,
nice.
can you see it? So describe this photo. Describe or explain this photo.
This this is some green screen.
Yes, it's not a real background.
Clearly.
Okay.
We are not standing in the middle of the
Yes.
water,
So this is when
clearly.
we lived in
This,
Hawaii, right?
this is when we lived in
Yes,
Hawaii. I think that someone at the
that's right.
church that we went to
It
took the
was the main
picture. I
pastor or the main
believe we
preacher.
got on our Sunday best.
Yes.
We got on our
Uh
Sunday
huh.
best. I was sucking in my stomach,
I didn't
trying
realize
to look
that.
slim
I
up.
didn't realize that. uh,
This is hilarious. This is actually I think this is after dad came back from being deployed
mm.
because look how skinny he
Yeah, you're
was.
right. He is pretty
He came
skinny.
back real
Yes,
skinny,
you're right.
looking real
Uh huh.
young.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I definitely
this is
remember this. And this
embarrassing.
was in Oahu, but it definitely wasn't taken at this
Yep.
at this beach.
Yep. I mean, look at that light. Where the light is?
That
Where's this?
is
Yeah. So
hilarious.
this is when we lived in.
Who edited this
It was
picture.
the same guy that took it. He edited it. Alright. I got a couple more, okay? So we got this one, okay. What about this one?
Oh
Name this
Lord.
photo. Can you see it? Uh-oh.
No, it's still on the same
Okay,
one.
let me stop sharing. I think I gotta share again, okay. Alright, let me screen share this one. Okay, you ready? Name or describe this
No.
photo. Can you see it?
KJ bit.
Yep. I edited KJ in here because he wasn't born at the
That
time that
is
we went to Disney
hilarious.
World the first time.
That's so cute though.
Yeah.
Like I actually love this picture because this is actually you had graduated
That's
high
right, uh-huh.
school and
This was 10
mom and
years
dad planned
ago.
a trip.
This was 10 years ago.
Sure was. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
And of course, me and my sister got the
Yep, uh-huh.
braids, the infamous
That's
vacation
right,
braids.
uh-huh. Yep, you gotta expound upon that later. Most most of my audience is all white people, older white people, so there's a lot of stuff they're not gonna be able to understand, like, these references that you're gonna make.
Right.
But yeah, so this is a cute photo. Okay, I got one more
Yeah.
photo to share.
Back when I did wear my glasses.
Yep, yep. Are you wearing contacts now, or you just don't need them?
I honestly, I feel like I don't need them
Oh,
anymore. Like I just don't wear them.
okay,
I can see perfectly fine.
okay. Alright, this is the last photo, and if anyone's listening to this, like, on a podcast, they're gonna have to go back and watch the video. But name
Right.
this photo. This is do you remember this
No.
photo? This was also in Hawaii.
I didn't remember it until
I sent it.
you and Kiana said the context of it. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah,
snap.
this was
This is also in
yep,
Hawaii.
this is after we watched, Never Say Never by Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Remember? I
never
yep.
say never.
I had some purple
That is
pants on in
hilarious.
this photo. Some bright purple pants.
Why were we all making crazy
I
faces?
don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That pretty much describes our
That's
relationship.
right. That's right.
Silly, silly.
Alright. Just want
We're
to
so cute
just want to
though.
share those photos just to,
Right.
showcase our relationship a little bit.
I want to just comment on how good our skin looked in all
Uh-huh.
those photos.
Uh-huh.
You
You
know?
right. Somebody was doing
It's
something right.
it's true.
I think part of that was being in Hawaii, all the sunshine,
Facts.
we've had some
It's the atmosphere, it's the
yeah,
water, it's the sun,
that's right.
all of that makes
Mm,
you glow.
that's right. So,
Mhm.
sis, you live in Hawaii.
I live in Hawaii. I do.
Describe, what your life is like. Maybe give clarity and context to why you live in Hawaii and not the mainland.
Yeah.
Share that. Share some of
Hmm.
that with us.
Yeah. So, as you know, we grew up military
Uh-huh.
lifestyle, moved around all of our life. All I know is staying for somewhere for a little bit of time,
Hmm.
moving, staying somewhere for a little bit of time, moving. So that's embedded in
That's right.
me to where like if I stay anywhere for too long, it almost feels like I'm not supposed to be there
Mm,
anymore. Like it kind of feels like, okay, now you need to get up and pick up and, go somewhere else.
wow.
And like that's I don't know, that's just how I am, I guess based off of how I was
Hmm.
raised. Um and I was taking a break from school and I was still living in New Orleans with mom and dad and like I wanted to go back to school, but I just wanted to get away from that state.
Uh-huh.
Like I didn't want to go to school in that
Hmm.
state. Then I started branching out and I was like, I don't want to go to school anywhere on the mainland. Like I don't like like I
uh,
was looking at different schools, but then I was just like, honestly, I don't want to
uh-huh.
like I don't want to live in these
Yeah.
places. So I'm like thinking of like what is a place that I felt like I don't know, like the
Mm,
happiest or just a place where I would be happy, where I feel like I could seek and find that happiness.
mm.
And I thought of Hawaii and I thought of like I feel like our time here was cut short as
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Like let me see like let me look into the universities in Hawaii, let me apply, and like we lived on the island of Oahu
Hmm.
and as
Hmm.
children. So initially I was thinking of that, but then I was like, you know what, there's 8 Hawaiian islands, if
Yeah.
those that don't know, 8
Uh-huh.
islands. So I was like, let me branch out, maybe like if there are universities on the different islands, then maybe I could go there.
Yeah.
So Big Island is also a university of Hawaii,
Mhm.
And so I applied, I got it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, oh yes, like this is a sign from God. Like,
Uh-huh.
let me keep going. But then like the only thing was your parents, all of your family is on the
Yep.
mainland, and girl, you ain't got no money. So how do you expect
Uh-huh.
so how do you expect to make this work, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up getting a full-time job and I worked my behind off
Mm.
for like 6 plus months,
Mhm.
saved up a decent amount of money that and I used all of that money to buy myself a plane
Uh-huh.
ticket and um fly to Hawaii.
Uh-huh.
And when I came here, no, I didn't have no apartment lined
Mhm.
up.
That's right.
I didn't have a car. All I had was the plane ticket and the Airbnb that I was staying at.
Wow.
So I came, I flew here and I stayed at an Airbnb, and oh, and I also rented a car for 3 or 4
Mhm.
days. I had rented a car and I was like, in these 3, 4 days, I'm gonna drive around the island and I'm gonna find me somewhere to live.
Mhm.
I'm gonna find me a spot. I have the money. I'm gonna do this. So I came and I stayed at an Airbnb, and um, I found a
Mhm.
place. Like I found a place to live that was right up the street from my school. Um, and I was walking for like the majority of the time when I first moved here, for probably like the first
Mm.
month. And then I ended up being blessed with a
Uh-huh.
car. Like I was able to buy a car and like everything. Like I felt so like
Mm.
welcomed when I moved
Mhm.
here, like not even just from the people, but from the Aina, which is land in Hawaiian.
Ah.
Like the land, I felt like it invited me and I was getting so much abundant. The people that I stayed with at the Airbnb, they gave me furniture,
Mm.
they gave me things, they helped me move into my new spot.
Mm.
Like those people were so kind. And those are just people that was like I was just staying at their Airbnb. They didn't have to do that,
Yeah.
you know? And it just was like every person that I came in contact with was so were just such beautiful
Mhm.
vibes. And like I just felt welcome and I felt like, okay, I like all the signs are here. Like I feel like I belong. Like
Yeah.
I'm right exactly where I'm supposed
Uh-huh.
to be. And like it was just
Wow.
amazing. Yeah.
That's
So those are
beautiful.
my first. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And to be like you said a lot of stuff, especially when you're saying that, we were kinda it was ingrained within us to get up and go, right? Do you feel the
Mhm.
need to get up and go now that you've been here? How long have you been there now? Almost 2 years?
I've been here over a year
Okay.
now. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be 2 years in
That's
August.
right.
Actually, yeah, because I moved here August of 2022,
Uh-huh.
and now it's about to be yeah.
Mm.
So it's gonna be 2 years in August. I so remember that we lived in Oahu,
Uh-huh.
right? Big Island is 180,
Mm.
180 from Oahu. Oahu is, especially now, it's more of like a city. It's like kind of gives like LA.
Ah.
Of course, it's still like Hawaiian. The beautiful island of Hawaii, and it's still like the Hawaiian culture and the Hawaiian people are still there, but like it is very much taken over by industry and
Wow.
city, and you know, and it's more of like a fast paced lifestyle, like very similar to the
Yeah.
mainland. And Big Island is the youngest island,
Mm.
the newest island. It still has multiple active
Mhm.
volcanoes. It is still very much untouched. There's a lot of areas that are untouched
Wow.
by people. There's no, so it's very laid
Uh-huh.
back. When I first moved here, actually, when the Uber driver picked me up from the airport, he was like, "Oh, what brings you here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going into the university here." And he was like, "Really? This is the retirement island." And I was like, "Retirement island? What do you mean by that?" He's like, "Yeah, like you're gonna learn. Like everything around here is slow paced. Like
Mm.
it's people are gonna you know be at their own
Uh-huh.
pace. Things close early, things don't stay open late. Like it's very like kind of like country style, like tropical rainforest. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's basically the vibes of the place." So he was like very shocked that a young girl like me was like coming here.
Yeah.
But I feel like God placed me here for a reason because it slowed me down.
Mm.
It's really slowed me down.
Wow.
I was um like very fast. Like I'm already someone who thinks like a million miles a
Uh-huh.
minute, but like for me to like really slow down and like even on the road, like I have road rage, and the people around here they're just so like, yeah, come, you can get in front of me, yeah,
Uh-huh.
you can do, like they're just so much more laid back and chill, and like I had to like contain myself and be like girl, slow down.
Mm.
You're still gonna get to where you need to go.
Uh-huh.
You still gonna do what you need to do. Like the hustle and bustle of the city life is just like here. You're gonna like whether you want to or not, it's gonna slow you down
Wow.
living here, and that's something that I can appreciate, and I think it's something that I needed.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
for sure.
Man, so it's changed you a little bit. You've had some
It
transformation,
has. It
being there.
has.
Just being there, like the energy
Yeah,
alone there has been different.
exactly.
Mm.
And like this this Aina gives off energy.
Mhm.
Like so there is a Hawaiian goddess named Pele
Mm.
who is like the goddess of lava. Like
Mhm.
she like whenever the volcanoes go off, like she is like she controls that. She which essentially the islands were created from volcanoes. So she is like the creator
Mm.
basically of the
Uh-huh.
islands because she is in control of the volcanoes. And like there's an energy here when you come, like there's active volcanoes and like the land, and like you're just gonna feel it, and like and if you don't respect it,
Mm.
and if you don't like pay your respects and like actually honor this land, it's gonna give you the boot. Okay, this it's gonna keep you up off
Really?
this island. Like yeah,
Uh,
like you don't get to come around here being
ooh.
disrespectful and all this and thinking that you're going to be welcomed in and like this land is gonna keep you around. Like
Mm.
no, there's plenty of people that have come here and they're just like, oh no, this ain't for me, and they got because it's like no, they can't, like this isn't, they're not ready
Ooh.
for this level of
Connection, maybe?
healing. Yeah,
Uh,
connection and healing
wow.
and remembering that like we were here to serve the
Mhm.
land. We were here to take care of God's
Mhm.
creation. We're not here to like, be like, oh, this is mine. I'm putting my name on it. Oh, this is that. This is, like we're not here for that.
Yeah.
We're here to connect to this land and respect this land and to give as we take.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
like people that's not ready for that, they're not, they don't like it, and they're just like, oh no, like this is not like, I'm not the luxuries that I'm used to in the mainland. This is not the lifestyle that I'm used to. And it's like if you're not ready to like come back to self and come back to like the source of all of what we are, then
Yeah.
like this place for you,
Wow.
for
Man,
sure.
that's so you can't just bring your mainland mentality there, and you just can't come there
Mm-mm.
thinking
It's
you're gonna
gonna, they
conquer and
listen, they gonna straighten you up real
mm,
quick.
yeah.
Yes, for sure.
That's a beautiful thing because yeah, that's something I've
Yeah.
learned to appreciate more, and it's crazy. I wasn't taught that in the church. I wasn't taught. I wasn't.
Hmm.
I think it. I think some of that language is there, but we didn't hear it growing up. I didn't hear about the importance of taking care of the land and the
Hmm.
my environment and how important my environment was to my growth.
Yes,
And
it
I know that's been the case
is
for you.
very.
We've often talked about environment and how important it is to be
Hmm.
in a good space where you you feel like you belong, right? And so
Right.
you feel that there. So are you thinking that you're going to be there long term, or are you feeling like you got the urge to get up and
I
move again?
still, I still like am
Yeah.
myself to where I feel like I don't think I'll be anywhere
Uh-huh.
permanently, but I know that I'm connected to this place and that I will always come and visit.
Mm.
Like this is some place like even if I move away, I want to come back
Yeah.
again. I don't want to just like never come back
Mm.
again.
Yeah.
So like I'm not sure really where I'm gonna go
Mhm.
next. Um, but for now I'm enjoying being here
Mm.
and I'm really grateful to be here.
Wow. And I'm sure being
Yeah.
there, you have prior acquired like a vibe meter. So so because like it's been so good where you are, I'm sure if you go to like a mainland city,
Yeah.
you're gonna know right away, you know, What's up?
Mhm, gotta
What's
feel
not? So,
it.
all that said, I need you to come to where I am in
Yeah,
Alabama and tell me how you feel. 'Cause
yeah.
I've been feeling
Give
we've
them
been
a little
feeling
vibe
really
check.
good. Yeah, we felt really good being
Mm,
here, and this is the first
nice.
time where I feel like I don't, because I've had that same mentality, like, oh, we're getting ready to move in a couple years because this is kind of the flow and the rhythm. I don't have that here.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have that desire
Oh,
to. I feel
nice.
like I can just really plant for a little bit, right? So, um,
Mhm.
and that's a good feeling because I know
Yeah,
all of our lives we've kind
yeah.
of been on edge. Like, what's next?
Mhm.
And I had a love and hate relationship with that, because we
Yeah,
didn't grow up having people that we knew for a long time. We don't have like,
that
other than our family members, we don't have like friends that we've been friends with since we were 3. And I know so many people have
mhm.
that. So
I
you want
know.
to share some insight on that? How's all that moving affected you?
Yeah. Like, at first, like, as a kid, I was just like, go with the flow, I was
Uh-huh.
so young. But like as I got older, yeah, like having to leave my friends hurt, and I'm just like, I don't really understand why I have to do this. I don't want to leave my friends, but like my parents know best. My parents know
Yeah.
best. Like, of course, I'm just gonna go with the flow with what my parents think. But now, like as I'm on this journey of self healing and like inner work and like healing my inner child, realizing that like I kind of have like I don't feel like I have a home base.
Mm.
And like I feel like that's what I'm searching for. And
Mm.
that's why I just keep moving around, and like I don't know if I'll ever find it
Wow.
because I just don't feel like I have like a stable home base. Like
Mhm.
I feel like my family is home.
Yeah.
Like you, like my immediate family, like
Yeah.
that feels like home to me
Uh-huh.
because like that's what I clung
That's
onto
right.
as we would
That's
move,
right. Uh-huh.
so it's like y'all are my home.
Mm.
But like as far as like a place, like I don't see a place, like I don't have a home
Mm.
base. And like that's something that I wish that I had. That's something that I wish I was like connected to, like the place that I was born or like raised,
Yeah.
like it's just like there's just so many different um attributes to like who I am today because of all the different environments, all the different
Yeah.
places I've been.
That's right.
So it's like hard for me to like be like, oh, this is the source of me.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yep.
not home. Yeah,
Yep.
like
I agree.
of course like our parents, they were born and raised where we were born.
Mhm.
So like they feel like, yeah, this your home, like
Yeah.
this where all your family are, like this is,
That's right.
but it's just like that I don't feel that
Yeah.
though. That I don't feel like that's my home.
Mhm.
I don't feel like that's like the origin of who I
That's
am,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
So like that's something that I do kind of like wish was different, but I also am so grateful for like us like be like us literally being who we are is because of that,
That's right.
because we moved around so much,
That's right.
because we were exposed to so many different cultures and
Mhm.
people and societies.
Yeah. You're
So
right.
like you said, it's a love hate thing.
Yep. Yep. I had a when I was in
Hmm.
college, I had a professor. He said something. He's like, "Where are you from?" I was like, "I don't know." you know, I could tell you, I could tell you where my parents live right now. I could tell you where I was born. I really
Right,
never know how to answer. Where are
right,
you from? And he was asking that
exactly.
because he noticed that I didn't really have an accent. Like I didn't really sound like I was from
Yeah.
anywhere. and
What's so funny though, like with the accent, um when I was in the mainland, like people would say, oh, you don't really have an accent,
mhm,
or they'll try to be like, "Oh, you kind of sound Southern, but like I can't really pinpoint." And then like when I move here, they're like, "Oh, you definitely have an accent,"
mm,
and I'm like, "So what is my
uh-huh,
accent?" They're like, "Southern."
mm,
So it's like, okay, like I sound Southern because I was raised by Southern parents, a majority raised in the South.
uh-huh.
So like I understand that, but like as far as like I don't know, I don't think it's like a specific.
Yeah,
How like they have those act like Southern, like to say that I sound Southern is so
that's
complex.
right.
There's so many different Southern dialects, so many
Uh-huh.
different Southern accents, so many different, so it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, you say I sound Southern, but like exactly where do I sound like I'm from,
Exactly, because
you
there's
know?
there's a lot of Southern accents, right? It's a
Yes,
spectrum.
there definitely is.
Mm.
Mhm.
So there's something else I thought about as I was thinking about like our conversation today, and it's
Yeah.
mostly just about spirituality, and we can go as deep as you want to go. I'm thinking about just okay,
Mhm.
we were both raised in Christian households, right? But I'm thinking
Yeah.
about like when you made like this your leap to like I don't know to being united to the church through baptism. Do you remember the day that you got baptized?
Oh, I can never
Let's
forget it,
talk about
actually.
let's talk about the day that you got baptized
Yeah.
and how that has affected
Yeah.
you spiritually, how that's affected your relationship with the church, and as much as you're
Yeah.
willing to unpack.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like I can be very open about it because like at the time I didn't really realize what was
Yeah,
happening, but now looking back like it just makes so much sense of like to the point where I am at now.
yeah.
Um so I am the youngest, well I was the youngest girl, you
Uh
know.
huh.
I was the youngest of us at the time, and I was the only one that wasn't
Hmm.
baptized. I felt pressure from our parents and from other church people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, "Oh, Kiki, when you gonna get
Yeah.
baptized? When you gonna, you know, like you never know. Your days are limited. If
Oh
you,
gosh.
you know, if something happens and you're
Not
not
that.
baptized, you
Oh,
never know.
not that
You know,
narrative.
like a in a way instilling fear, but
Yeah.
also like I know it comes from a place of love.
Yeah.
Like they love their baby, they want their baby to be baptized,
Yeah.
you know. Like some people don't, like the fact that they gave me a choice, you know. Some
Yeah.
people they're baptized as
Yeah,
babies, you
you're
know,
right,
like
you're right.
so it's like yeah, so I felt some pressure, but then again, like you said, like I'm still like my own person. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do
Uh-huh.
irregardless. But I still felt like, come on, Kiki, join the team,
Mm,
join, you know, like I
yeah,
still felt like I wanted to be a part
yeah,
of what all of my family practiced.
yeah.
So I finally um, decided that I wanted to get
Mhm,
baptized, and I and so I went that
that
Sunday. I
Sunday,
went
right.
to the front. You know, like at the end of the sermons,
Uh-huh.
they're like, "Oh, who wanna be saved today?
Yeah.
Come to the front." You know.
Uh-huh.
So like
Yep,
I come up there, I come to the front, and I'm like, yeah. And Mama's like,
yep,
yes, yes. You know,
uh-huh.
like they're just so happy. Like
Everybody's happy.
you know, to the point where Dad's like, I want to baptize my baby
Yep,
girl.
uh-huh.
I want to be the one to do it. You know, and it's
Uh-huh.
just like okay, and like
Yep.
all of like my teachers, like my church teachers and stuff
Mhm.
wanted like came with me to the back to get
Uh-huh.
ready, help me, you know, put on like all the gear and
Yeah.
stuff. And Dad actually baptized
Mhm.
me, and I was feeling real good. Everybody was just making me feel like I made the right
Mm.
choice. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, like I felt probably like the most connected
Mm.
that I felt
Wow.
to the church.
Wow.
And like I was just like, wow, like, I'm finally, you know, I'm a part of it.
Mm.
You know, like it just felt like I finally like crossed over, and like, oh, it was a big decision and I was scared about it, but
Uh-huh.
like I'm glad
Yeah.
that I did it, you know, and like the fact that my dad baptized me, that was pretty cool too, you
Yeah.
know, like yeah, so um it was so then we had like the first Lord's Supper or
Mhm.
whatever, you know, like the first time where you can actually take it
That's
because
right.
you got baptized,
Uh-huh.
like that happened, and I was like front and center, first row.
Uh-huh.
Mom and I think Kiana was sitting next to me, and like a bunch of like the other church
Mhm.
ladies and stuff were sitting next to me in the front. And then you know, we do the sermon. I mean, we do the
Uh-huh.
communion and everything, and then it's like the ending.
Yep.
It's the ending of the church,
Uh-huh.
right? Then the preacher comes up to the front,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, oh, he about to let me sit up. He's about to you know, thank me. You know, he's
Uh,
about to acknowledge that I finally got
uh-huh.
baptized. Like it's about to, oh, you know, let me get myself ready.
Oh, man.
Then I see the whole family come up there with him,
Oh.
and I see his daughter crying, and I'm like, what is going
Uh-huh.
on? And he's like, church, I come in today, I am stepping down from
Mm,
position. I am
mm,
resigning. I have been stealing
mm,
money from the like
mhm.
just going in and talking about how he was stealing money,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like gagged,
Uh-huh.
gagged. Okay, like I was not. I thought this man was about to come and praise
Uh-huh.
me and say like, oh, yes, God, another one.
Yeah.
And no, that's not what happened.
Mm,
And what like angered me for so long, but now I finally let it go, is not even that moment. It's once I realized what was going on, once everybody in the church realized what was going on, my parents, so mama's like, come on, get up. So we get up, and I'm thinking we about to
yeah.
leave. We go back and sit by you and dad,
Yeah.
and like we go back and sit down. And I'm like, why are we still
Yeah.
here? Like, did you not hear what this man has said? Like,
Yeah.
he has been deceiving us.
Yeah.
We like this man that I looked
Mm,
up to so much. I just got baptized into this,
yeah.
and you're like,
Wow.
we're going to sit back down.
Wow.
Like that angered me so much, and I'm just like why didn't they choose to protect me in that moment? Like I felt
Mm,
like they should have took me out of there and been like, Kiki, don't worry about what just happened.
mm,
You still got baptized into this faith. This faith is still real.
mm,
Like I wish that they said that to me, because that made me like break away and feel like this is what I just got baptized into.
mhm.
Like this is BS. Like
Yeah.
I literally just completely, what's the word? Like I don't know. Like I just shut down from
Mm,
it. And I'm like, yeah, like this isn't what I want.
mhm.
And like the way like how the church, not only that moment, but like the church pretty much
That's
crumbled
right.
after
You're
that.
right.
There was so much drama,
Yeah.
so much things that happened. And I'm just like, how is this the church that I remember? How
Yeah.
is this like like was it all fake? Was
Mm,
it all smoke and
mm,
mirrors? I feel like that was my first awakening
mm.
to like the truth behind like the church.
Yeah.
And like for that to happen
The
the day I
same
got
day.
baptized, I was just like, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Like it instantly became a joke,
Right.
and it was just like wow.
Man.
And yeah, that definitely has changed me
Man.
and in my view of
Mhm.
church and religion as a whole,
Yeah.
really.
Man.
Like from that moment on is when I started searching for something
Mhm.
else. Like that's when I was like, no, this ain't it.
Yeah.
And I
Rightfully so.
started
Yeah.
to research Hinduism,
Mm, mm,
Buddhism. I started to branch out and say, oh, what's Muslim do? I got into a relationship with a
mm,
Muslim guy. Rael was
mm.
Muslim.
I didn't know that.
And like, I yeah. So like I just started being like, okay, so clearly this ain't it.
Mm,
So maybe there's other religions that I can relate to, something that I can resonate, something that
mm,
like will draw me in. And then it expanded even more to like, what is religion really?
mm.
What is
Yeah.
this? I'm it's giving cultic vibes.
Mm.
It's giving, you know, minimizing the social or the consciousness of all
Ooh.
to
Uh-huh.
this. And like I don't know, it just made me think so deep. And then like yeah, it took me on a definitely took me on a spiritual
Mm.
journey, and I'm still on that
Yeah, we
spiritual
all
journey.
are. Yeah.
I still, yeah, but from that I can say that it has turned me off from
Mm.
church. I don't see myself like consistently participating in
Yeah.
church. I don't see myself wanting to even raise kids if I do end up
Mm.
having kids in church.
Yeah.
But I know God,
Mhm.
and I know that God is
Yeah.
real, and I know that God is true,
Yeah.
and I know that God is inside of me,
Uh-huh.
and that's not anything that I will deny
Yeah.
ever. But but as far as man-made
Mhm.
religion, I will know like I just don't agree with a lot of it.
Mhm.
And like, you know,
Mhm.
so that's like pretty much my standpoint now,
Yeah.
is that religion is something that has altered people's connection to
Mm.
themselves and the
Yeah.
world. And not only just religion, but like, you know,
Mhm.
there's several different things that contribute to that too.
Yeah.
But that's just how I feel about it now.
Mm, man, I
Yeah.
appreciate you sharing that. One thought I had
Mhm.
is something that I think my professor told me. He said the church
Mm.
can be the best thing in the world when it's healthy, and the worst thing in the world
Mhm.
when it's unhealthy. That's what I've
Mm.
heard.
That is so
And
that is so
I'm
true.
not sure how many healthy churches I've been a part of. You know what I mean? It's been
Yeah,
very
I started to look back
right.
at all the childhood churches.
Yeah, and there's so many levels on our experiences. There's it's layered because there was many times where we
Mhm.
were a part of all white churches and we were the minorities. And I
Yeah.
know there was some stuff
Facts.
going on, some stuff said to us.
Mhm.
Do you remember this? Okay.
Yeah.
Mi- maybe you do. Our parents used to
Mhm.
often get they used to often get praised by how well behaved we were. Do you remember that?
I do.
Do you remember
I
that?
do remember that.
Um, I'm
Mhm.
realizing how racist how racist that was. Like that people used to
Wow.
often tell us that or tell my parents that. And our parents probably never
Yeah.
thought anything racist about it. But I'm just
Yeah,
thinking, like,
yeah.
who are you comparing us to, first of all? Are you saying you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Come on. Come on. Are you saying all these
I never even thought of that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I do remember that being like, "Oh, Emma and Kenny, y'all got some good kids.
yeah.
Y'all got some,
And
some good ones that stay in line."
granted, we were pretty, I don't know, whatever you call it. If anything, we were just shy. We were just shy and quiet, right?
Exactly.
If anything,
Exactly.
we're just shy and quiet, I think. But I think that,
Mhm.
man, I would have a problem with somebody saying something like that now because I'm like, what do you mean by that? Um,
Yeah.
well, and
There's definitely layers behind that.
just because of like as I'm thinking about the particular churches we were at and like and where they were in
Mm.
the country and all that, it's like there's no telling um, because of my
Yeah.
expanding ideas about
Yeah, yeah.
racism and all of this. So I get your sentiment and I get your posture and I understand.
Mhm.
Even as coming from,
Yeah, yeah.
I work for a church. I'm a pastor. And I
Mhm.
still see your view as reasonable and understanding or understandable, right?
Yeah.
So I get
Mhm.
it. Like I said, it's the best thing in the world when it's healthy. And I'm not when I say healthy, I don't mean perfect. I don't
Yeah,
expect the
yeah.
church to be perfect. I often say this. I don't expect the church to be perfect. I just expect it to be loving,
Mhm.
like full of loving people.
Right.
Right?
Exactly. And, like, not full of any deceit,
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
you're taking things and you're painting as if you are helping
Yeah.
when you're really just it's just for your own
Mm,
personal gain.
mm,
You know that these people, their faith, you know how strong faith is?
mm.
Like, to use someone's faith for for like your own personal
Yeah,
gain is just a different type of
that's
evil.
right.
And it's like I hate how like not I know all churches aren't bad,
Mhm.
but like the bad rep that it's becoming because there's so many churches that are out there for evil.
Yeah,
Like they're not trying to make the world a better
that's
place. They're
right.
not trying to bring people together. They're
No,
not trying to
yeah,
spread the word of God.
yeah,
They're trying to use people's love and faith in God to
that's
elevate.
right.
And like that's just so
You're
evil.
right.
It's so evil.
You're right. And I would
Yeah.
think a lot of it is a distorted ideal about Jesus, a distorted ideal about the Bible, a distorted ideal about God.
Mhm.
A lot of it is distorted. So part of my mission, Kier, I'm not sure if you've noticed this or seen this. I'm wanting to reimagine this thing, right? Because of what we've
Mm.
been given. We've been given something
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that made yeah. Look, and I want to say this about our parents on that particular Sunday you were baptized. I'm sure they were so shocked
Mhm.
themselves that think about them, being
Yeah.
raised in this. I'm sure that was one of those moments for
Mm.
them. They didn't know what to do. you know, to,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah.
now I know exactly what to do now if something like that happened. In my context, we getting out of there,
Mhm.
right? Because we're not
Okay.
going to be a contributing to a system that is deceitful, right? Or trying to
Yeah.
abuse finances and in any of that, right? So we
Mhm.
know now, but when you're in that situation like that, you're kind of just so shocked. It's like, wow, like my whole reality,
Yeah.
what I know to be true
Mhm.
is not true anymore. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's something I will never
I'm sure. And no wonder like you've gone down this path where you've discovered a different journey. Like no wonder. No wonder, right? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
So on another note, no, what gets you excited about life these days? Like what makes you excited to live?
Hmm. Wow. I think mm, that's kind of a hard question.
Mm,
Like, I mean, there's so much I want to say though, but like, I think just beauty,
mm, mhm.
um, and not in the like the vain
Yeah,
way or
yeah.
like inside, but like the beauty of life.
Yeah.
Like I step outside my home and I see beauty.
Mm,
I drive and I see beauty.
mm,
I look at the people and the connections and I see beauty. I look in the mirror and I see
mm,
beauty. I look at my family and I see
mm,
beauty. Like just the feeling that I get when I see my loved ones and the world around me is what keeps me going.
mm.
Like it's just like I'm just like, how can I be sad when look at
Yeah.
what God created.
Uh-huh.
See this
Yeah.
beauty. It's so beautiful.
Wow.
Like that's what keeps me going. Like everything is just like I'm so grateful to be alive and
Mm,
to be able to experience this.
yeah.
Like just the experience of life and the
Yeah.
beauty of life
Mm,
is what keeps me going.
wow. I love that
Yeah.
answer. I love that, especially you know I'm an artist, so I love beauty myself.
Yeah.
I love nature, and I think like
For
if
real.
any
Yeah.
if there's any religion you want to be a part of, it is the religion of
Mm,
recognizing beauty and naming beauty,
exactly.
right? Because I think
Exactly.
beauty is a path to God. Like being able to know beauty
Mhm.
and celebrate beauty, and like co-create
Mhm.
with beauty too. I think
Yeah, yeah.
that could be a religion itself. And what I'm this
Mhm.
religion is literally just um I I don't even know how I would define it actually. Let me come back to that. Yeah, I thought I had a good thing to say, but I'll just say what I just said
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this the beauty and stuff like that. I'll come back to you with that
Mhm.
definition.
Mhm.
but
Right,
but I
right.
love that answer.
Yeah. And like I know that like church is an escape or like a form of therapy
Yeah.
for older people, not even just older people, for like all people that are like involved in it.
Yeah,
And
you're
like
right.
I like the community of it, the praying for one another, the having someone to talk to and to come to and confide in is the beauty of the
Yeah.
church. And there's beauty in even something that I don't believe in. Like there's
Mm.
still beauty in that,
Yeah.
but there's also a whole lot of other things that encompass that like the judgment,
Mm.
the the just a whole bunch of other stuff that
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to get too much into, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, I definitely do see that, and like, I know religion is just like a set of rules or practices that you stand by
Mhm.
on the daily,
Yeah.
and like, like your religion can be to go and get coffee from Starbucks every day.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Your religion could be to go and like feed the birds every day. That can
Yeah. Yeah.
like religion in itself isn't wrong.
Mhm.
It's when it's twisted and when it's hurting others
Uh-huh.
is when it's wrong,
You're right.
you know?
What I was trying to think
Mhm.
of as I was trying to find my definition of religion, I was reminded that I don't
Mhm.
think Jesus has come to start a religion. I'm not sure if I told you that or if you've heard that. I don't think that was his aim.
Mm.
I think if you read his
Really?
yeah, if you read like his words and his teachings, he was very much
Mhm.
anti-religious because he saw
Mm.
the abuses of power that these religious leaders like were practicing. I mean, they were
Yep.
really abusing their positions, and we've seen some positions
Mm.
abused, and that's still taking place. It's
Mhm.
so crazy. I think people will be so surprised, like what Jesus would be against, like if he was walking today and preaching in the streets today. People wouldn't let him in the church. Isn't that crazy to think
Yeah,
about? That's what I'm convinced of.
Yeah, that is so true. And it's like it has become like these. So, like, do you notice how our family, our parents, were raised very
That's
traditionally?
right.
Which I feel like another word for tradition is like like religious practices being um like placed into society to where like this is what like yeah we just been doing this for this many for years
Yeah,
and like
and we
we
don't
like
even
you
know
don't
why
even
we
really
do
know
it.
why.
Exactly. We don't even know why we're
Exactly,
doing
just
it.
like church, you don't know why you're doing it. It's just because it's been like that for years and the
Yeah.
people before you said it, and it's just like but really get to the root of why. And like I've always been the annoying child of and now the annoying adult that is like
Yep.
why,
Yep.
because really why,
Uh-huh.
like there should like they say lead with purpose, like do things with purpose.
Mm.
So why are you not giving us the purpose of why we're doing these
Yeah.
things, you know
Yeah.
like I
Man.
need some purpose, I need some reasoning behind that.
Mm. I understand that.
Yeah,
And those man, the more you talk about it, it's like people were look down upon when they were asking those questions. Like, you don't need to be questioning
yeah,
this. You don't need to be
mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, saying like you're rebelling or you're being disrespectful. And
yeah.
it's like how me wanting to further understand
Yeah.
this practice
Mhm.
disrespectful,
Yeah.
and it's because they don't have the answers and they think it's
Mm.
disrespectful that you're questioning
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
you know?
That's right. Man,
Yeah,
that's
for
that's
sure, for
crazy.
sure.
So, Kiera, if you had a message that you want to share with the world, what would that message be?
Share to the world.
Mhm.
Um, Lead with
Mm.
love, like love
Mhm.
yourself, love your
Mm.
life, love the people around you,
Mhm.
love the creatures
Mm.
around you, love the land around you, and remember, like, what can I say? I don't know. Remember where you came from.
Mm.
Like, honestly, we need to remember
Yeah.
ourselves, and we have to remember, like, we're not here to play this game that they have put us all in.
Ooh.
We're not here to do this.
Ooh.
We're being distracted.
Mm.
We're being, you know, taken away from the root of why we're here, and like
Yeah.
find it and lead with
Mm.
love. And yeah,
I love that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
One of the questions that I've often presented to people is like, what is the purpose of life? Like, what would you say is the purpose of life? And I think you would say lead with love, right? And I would say the same
Mhm.
thing. And before I even said that, I would say live, like live your life. Like
Yeah,
the purpose of living is to live. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
but then we're trying to define like what exactly does it mean to live? Like what does it mean to live? And I think to live,
Mhm.
you must love. You must love yourself, like
Yeah.
you said, love
Mhm.
love the people around you. I love that you said the creatures and the land. I think that's important too
Mhm.
because I think
Exactly.
it's easy to have a shallow understanding of love. Like love just is it starts here as a
Mhm.
little circle, but it doesn't expand as far as the land, which I think is a I think
Exactly.
your view I think your view of love is more Christian than most of the the views I've heard in the church. I think your understanding of love is more
Really.
Christian than most Christians I know. So I appreciate you having that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
perspective, and I'm sure a lot of that you might not even know this is informed I think by the faith we were given and of course like
Mhm.
so for me like I'm not sure if I don't really talk about my journey that much but yeah I've gone
Mhm.
away but I've always kind of been attached
Mhm.
to this faith like I've so what I've done is as
Mhm.
I've gone away the way I've understood things have changed right so as I
Yeah.
say a word that I used to say 10 years ago I don't mean the same thing like because my life
Mhm.
experiences and what I think what God has shown me through prayer in my life has expanded
Yeah.
so like if you need to walk away like from all that, I think it's helpful because like sometimes you got to walk away to
Mhm.
see what's in front of you. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I love the journey that you're on. I love what you're doing. I'm so happy that you are happy. I see it in your face, and
Thank
to hear how
you.
confident you are
Yeah.
and where you stand is a beautiful thing. So
Mm.
answer this question for me
Yeah.
too. Like, what are you looking forward to in your life?
Um, I'm looking forward to experiences, and like, I mean, like that in the broadest term, like literally just from me just going out and to the farmer's market and getting a
Uh-huh.
mango, to me like traveling, to me graduating, like just all the experiences. That's
Mm,
what I'm looking forward to.
mhm.
And like, yeah, and like learning myself
Uh-huh.
more, and like, yeah, and just I just really want to connect more with with this land, man. Like I've lost like so much. Like I came here so bougie, so uptight, so oh gosh, like
Uh,
bugs. Oh gosh.
Cause you're a
Animals.
city girl, like
And
I'm a
it's
city
like,
boy.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Uh,
yes, definitely grew, born and raised in the
that's right.
city lifestyle. We were a bit spoiled, you know,
Yes,
where we
you're
came
right.
from pretty well off parents
You're
that
right.
gave us luxuries that
You're right.
I didn't even realize was a luxury
Yep.
until, expanding my life. And
Yeah.
now I'm just like, girl, get in there.
Yeah.
Like get into the world,
Uh-huh.
okay? Stop, get out of that little bubble and see how much
Mm,
that God has in store
yes.
for all of
That's
us.
right.
Like it's just so much
Mm,
to experience
that
and to
that's
yeah. So
beautiful.
that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's beautiful. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. So, I'm still
Thank
gonna be
you.
pushing you to make that
Yeah.
YouTube channel so you can vlog.
Oh, I am,
Please do that.
and there will be more
Please
content
do.
regarding even more stories
Mm,
about my current living
mhm.
situation, my past, my spirituality,
Yeah.
my language learning. I am
Mm.
learning Hawaiian.
Uh-huh.
I am studying languages.
Mm.
So I will definitely the channel's coming soon.
Okay.
Don't you
Well,
worry.
when you create that channel, I'll be making sure that people on my channel will know about it and they'll be able to hear your story
Thank you.
and hear
Nice.
your experiences because you have a lot to offer the world, little sister, and I'm so proud of
Yeah.
you, and I'm so excited for
Thank you.
where where you're going next. So thank you for this conversation. I pray God's
Thank
blessings
you.
over your life, over your journey, over your love. I thank you for your love for all around with what's all
Thank
around you,
you.
and I pray that that love just continues to grow.
Yeah, thank you so
Uh-huh.
much. And I also want to say I am extremely proud of you
Mm,
too. Okay, let's give your flowers too. You have come such a long way.
mm,
Like you have always just been such this creative person that
mm.
I look up to, and I'm just like, wow, like whatever you want to do, you
Oh,
do.
yeah.
And like I hope you know that you have motivated me
Mm,
to like literally like if like I'm like if Malik can do it, I can do it. If Malik
mm,
go out there doing that, I can do it too. So
mm,
like literally know that you're an inspiration
mm.
to not only yourself but like your
I
family,
appreciate
and
that.
I'm very proud of you
Wow.
and I have to give you your
Thank
flowers,
you.
okay?
I accept it. I accept it. Thank you. And for some
Yes,
context,
accept all the
she just called me Malik. Malik is my middle name, and my family calls me Malik. Yeah,
love. Oh
some
yes.
people may not know that. Uh, but I
Yes,
appreciate those flowers, and I receive them. Thank you,
of
Kiera.
course.
Well, thank you
Yes,
again for this
you're welcome.
conversation, and, till next
Of
time.
course, this is nice. We have to have more
Yeah,
conversations like
you're
this
right.
for sure.
Yep, sounds good. I would like to thank you for listening to this conversation in its entirety. I really enjoyed sitting down and talking to my sister about these things, and I hope you are blessed by the discussion. If you would like to continue this conversation with my sister, feel free to reach out to her on her Instagram. You can follow her at underscore Kierra Dion. That's KIERRA DION. She's also working on a YouTube channel, and once that goes live, I'll be sure to let you guys know how you can support her work. And further, if you would like to support my work on this channel, the best way to do that is to check out my music on all streaming platforms. I have music on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, SoundCloud, Deezer, just about anywhere you stream music, you can find my work. And you can just find that work by typing my name, Wesley Hargon, on any platform you listen to music. And please support this channel by listening to that music. That would be a great way to support this work and contribute to what I'm trying to do on the internet. Thank you so much for listening again, and I pray God's blessings over the rest of your day. I'm just chilling with my brother. I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother. I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother. I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother. Hot dogs for dinner, biscuits for brunch. Outside daily, just having fun. He's teaching me to loosen up. To live your life, you gotta stop growing up. My grip has been too tight. Been stressing like every night. Little brother has helped me see that everything will be alright. I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother.
That's me.
I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother. I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother. I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother. You been having fun?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing we did this week?
Go to the park
Why you like going to the park?
because I can make another friend. And I like ice cream.
Like ice cream?
Yes.
You gonna come back?
Yes.
I really had fun with you too. You're a cool guy. Am I a cool guy?
Yes.
I appreciate that. I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother. I'm with my brother. I'm just chilling with my brother.